Okay, I'm at the lost village of Ballyhornan. Some people call it Ballywhere, but it's just between Ardglass and Strangford. And this is a World War II relic village that was used as billets or accommodation for the RAF at Bishopscourt, which is about 3 or 4 miles away. Now this was a thriving RAF community in the World War II period, and it was actually in the RAF's hands until 1980 when they sold it off to local people. It's actually quite a massive area. I'm just going to walk along a wee bit. There's not actually too much to see apart from the structures themselves, but I'll stick my head into one just to let you see. I'm just walking this way to let you see how far it would actually go. There was cinemas, shops. It was actually quite a massive boost to the small local population. And then in the 1980s the RAF sold it. So you can see it's over there as well. And it's in front of us. There's bits and pieces of it. And then we're back to where I was. So I'll stick my head into one. So what happened was in about the 1980s, the RAF sold it off basically next to nothing to local people, because the RAF owned the whole area and didn't really want to be bothered maintaining it. So in the 1980s it was sold off for a nominal sum, and local people, and as you can see here, a farmer has bought the whole lot. Now some of the houses in the village are well maintained and have been used as accommodation. The snag is, because it's government and was sold off privately, the actual local authorities don't have any legal obligation to provide the infrastructure, if that makes sense. So the whole area is actually private, even if you've bought yourself a nice little bit of accommodation. Saying that, that's not a bad thing when you can buy them for about 100 quid at the time. And so you can see inside. So this is why it's called the Lost Village, even though we know rightly where it is, you know. So I'll walk along here a wee bit more just to let you see. Quite interesting, really. I'm glad that this whole area here hasn't been demolished, and the farmer's been very sympathetic in the sense that he hasn't just bulldozed the whole lot. Hopefully it'll remain that way. But I just thought I'd film this because really there's no preservation orders in any of these, and there's nothing really to stop the man demolishing it. But the structures are still very sound because, like I say, they were in use up until the 1980s, or before they were sold off. So in, what's that, 40 years time, they've kind of been a bit more dilapidated, and this is the state they're in now. I imagine that roof there is asbestos and all, so the cost involved in actually clearing this site would be quite extensive, which is maybe perhaps why it's still as it is. There's a little tower around the corner. I'll go and see what that is. So this wasn't the airfield now. This was only the accommodation for the airfield, so there's quite a lot of structures about. I actually initially thought that that was perhaps one of those watchtowers, but no, it's not. So just thought I'd give you a wee walk around. So this is the lost village of Ballyhornan. Very interesting. Great relic of our past, and quite a substantial World War II facility. So any millionaires out there would like to recreate an authentic World War II billets for the RAF, just come here, Ballyhornan. One more last pan around. That'll be me. Okay folks, that's it. Quite an interesting location. See you again.